my channel mammals. Come on and join me. Hello, my channel mammals. I just was starting to put a little meringue topping on this pie. I made this pie at Thanksgiving time, and it's now almost July. But I thought, well, and I put it in the freezer because we didn't need this, because when I cook a pumpkin, sometimes it's a big enough pumpkin to make more pies than I need. So I just made an extra pie, wrapped it up really well, and put it in the freezer. And then I thought, oh, there's all this ice on it. But I thought I'd put some meringue on it and have it for lunch today, because some wonderful friends are coming to help us with some of the deck work on Yankee. So I thought, well, let's just put a little meringue on top, and I thought, well, I'd share it with you. The way I did this is I had this pot there, filled with water, and it's a steamer. So I put this bowl, and I got the water boiling up, but of course it doesn't touch the bottom of the bowl because it's below this. And I just put this on here, and I used this little whisk. This bowl is a little awkward, but I didn't want to switch bowls because I just wanted to save every bit of egg white that I had. So I used 3 egg whites, and well, it's really, the recipe is for 2 egg whites, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, regular granulated sugar, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar, and some vanilla, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon of, I don't know how much vanilla. And so I used 3 egg whites because the beaters for this don't do very well. I don't have a tiny mixer, so I have to have a bit of volume, thick depth, in order to get it to mix. So I did 3 egg whites, and it worked really well, actually. Anyway, I put it on here, just the egg whites, the 3 egg whites, and then I did 1/3 and a little bit more, 1/3 and a half of sugar. I guess it's not very accurate, but, and then I did a little, like, heaping 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And then I just kept on whipping this around in here, and it was getting hot, and until when I dropped the egg on my finger, till it felt quite hot, you know? And then I knew it was ready to take over to the mixer and beat it the bejeebers out of it. And then it turned out like this. You see? It's like, well, just homemade meringue. And then, now I'm going to put it on the cake, the pie. And normally you can put it in a broiler, but I don't have my broiler isn't really the right shape to work with this. It's one of the favorite things about my cooker, but it doesn't work very well with a large pie tin like this. So I use a Bunsen burner, which I can share with you. I'm sure lots of you use that also, but so this is probably more, but who wouldn't want more? Isn't it great? I think it's great to have this much. Oh, I have another thing I want to do, which I've forgotten about. Just a second, I'll show you before I spread this out too much. This is it. These are my pumpkin seeds from this pumpkin, which I roasted and then ground up. I added a couple of little bits of peanut that I had, but mostly all is the pumpkin seeds with a little bit of salt and pepper and curry in the oil. And so they have a wonderful savory attitude. Isn't it beautiful? It's like playing on the forest floor. It's like a damp forest floor playing in the dirt. And this adds a wonderful texture and taste to that custardy pumpkin. So we're slowly bringing a pumpkin pie to a place of an adventure because there's so much going on. Underneath the custard, I put cinnamon, an eighth of an inch of cinnamon, all lining the pie shell before it's baked. Then put the custard, and with the cinnamon, I put a little bit of sugar because it brings out that poppy hotness of the cinnamon. And then these bring that wonderful toasty roastedness. And then we spread out that meringue that we made, and it's like being a bird up in the sky, rearranging the clouds. Take your wings and sweep them across and raise up the hills and the mountains within the clouds. And it's just amazing to make these wonderful sculptures of meringue, which is exactly what is needed for it to catch the flame when we use when we burn the meringue to toast it. And see those stems right there next to me? Well, I keep the stalks from the pumpkins. I use them in all kinds of pies, actually. This is the one I used for the pumpkin pie in the winter. And see how it's burned a little bit there? That's because of the torching. But there it is. Ta-da! and then these others I've used for other kinds of cakes and pies to do with the pumpkins. And they're just a wonderful sculptural addition. I put wax around that one because it was hidden under the topping. And there we are with the burner, which I just took right off the cargo deck, and I keep it in the galley. And I use it for meringue. And you have to just be a little careful not to get too close. It's okay if you hit that handle, that stalk again, but it doesn't hurt it. Just keep it turning, keep it moving, and look at how it's emphasizing all those hills and valleys and peaks and mountaintops of the meringue. And it actually toasts it, so it actually has a kind of a crunchy taste where the darker parts are. You just don't want it to turn like a roasted marshmallow that gets caught in the flame when it just turns into a ball of fire. And so just be kind of careful to keep it just far enough that it is browning it for you, like it's under the sun and not getting burnt as such. And there we have it. There is our beautiful pumpkin pie. See, there's the pumpkin and meringue. I made a meringue and burned it with a torch, and then I made my own dirt. It is delicious. Everybody loved it. Everybody. And you know what their favorite part was? Ground up little high roasted pumpkin seeds. And they love the taste of the salt in with the pumpkin and the sweetness of everything. It just brings it to almost like feeling like you're eating a wonderful meal. I think there might be a little curry in there because I often do that when I roast the seeds. So it is really delicious. It's really great. Well, I don't want to eat in front of you too long, but I just want to tell you how glad I am that you got this little secret, because you will want to make all your pumpkin pies this way from now on. You will find that it delights everybody. Okay, have a wonderful day. Off we go.